We've been to clubs all over the world, but there's something a bit different about this episode. This isn't just any other club for you, is it?
No, this is a club I play for.
Right, well, welcome to Inside Burnley. Inside Access, let's go. Crack on.
So I joined Burnley in the summer. It was quite sunny when I joined, it was summer, but I soon realised that it does rain quite often in Burnley. But I think despite that, we've had a great season so far. You know, now we're 1 week away from winning the league title. And what a great feeling that is. It's been a great year. We've gone unbeaten in the league this year. We've scored over 100 goals as a team. And now, yeah, like I said, we're 1 week away. So, yeah, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about what we've been doing.
You can't really get better than 100 goals. That's mad. 100 goals in a season, really?
Yes. And you know what the best time of the year is?
Go on.
When we play here at Turf Moor.
You've spoke about it. You've said how much you love it. And to be fair, after being shown round, it's hard to say being a Rovers fan, but I get you. I get what you mean. You said it felt like home, didn't you?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I've been here since the summer and we've had about 4 to 5 games at Turf already. And I think every time we come to Turf Moor, it does feel like home,
right,
you know,
right.
And definitely scoring a goal on Turf Moor. I've not scored a goal yet, but that's coming. But yeah, definitely scoring a goal on Turf Moor. And then I remember Heidi scoring our 100th goal, running over to the fans, and there was like 2,000 fans in the crowd, and you know what, the fans are unreal. That's the best bit about Turf Moor, I think.
Do you know, on that front, actually, one of the things I was going to say was I thought it was really cool to see when you were playing. I think it was the first home game that I saw you playing, and there's that little tunnel that you walk through, and all fans were waiting like before kick-off, and they were like high fives, signatures and all that, bits and bobs like that, but you could see it were like little kids loving life.
Yeah, so that's the Clarets carpet.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and the local schools that we go into the community, sometimes some of the girls go into the community, you know, do like talks and presentations, play a bit of football with the kids in the schools, and usually they get to come to our Clarets carpet. So it's nice because we go to the schools, see them all, do a bit of a session and that, and then they all come to the Clarets carpet. That's before we even enter the stadium. So we're coming into the stadium, we go down, all the little high five signatures, and it's nice to see them all there.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a good turnout, and that's a good hour and a half before kick-off. So all these fans, they're coming to see us walking down this Clarets carpet. And yeah, that is, to be honest, like the first point of like it being Turf Moor, being at home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Playing a home game. It is something different. It's something special. I've never had that at another club.
Well, I always think one of the best things about football is when you see like a young kid who's just sort of like it's making their day or making the year, even when they meet someone who they really, and like I see that sometimes. You know, when you have the mascots who walk out as well, like they're just buzzing. They're so buzzing to be there, and that's like another extension of it.
I had a little one, and she walked out with me a couple of games ago actually,
right.
And she was like, she walked out, and I was like, "Oh, are you ready?" Like, and you walk out with them, and then you see all the crowd as you walk onto the pitch. And this little one, she was like, she walked out, and she was like, "Oh, I feel like a celebrity." And I was like, oh.
That's well cute.
I was like, you are.
Now, if you're like me, you might have 100 things to do in your day. You're very busy. Sometimes, first thing to go is food, innit? You're on the move, you're on the go. And that's a problem.
I get it, because with training, like it's hard, you know, train all day. And then I just think when I get home, what do I have? And you know what? I've actually been using Huel for weeks now, and it's completely changed me. I think they're so nice and they're so easy. It's so good to pair it with training and even general life on my off day. I love having a drink of Huel.
I think I got you on it, didn't I? This one's pineapple and mango. It's honestly, like I said, I'm in full flow right now. I'm in summer mode. Genuinely delicious. And I tell you what, it's made life easier, but it's made life a little bit brighter, a little bit easier as well. So if you want to give it a try, we have a new code. Do you know the code?
Yes.
Go on.
Kicking Back.
Kicking Back, easy enough. Use the code KICKINGBACK. You get £10 off your order when you spend £60 or more. And I tell you what, that won't be the first 60 you spend either, because I am honestly, this is part of my life right now.
Yeah, it's a cracking deal. And with the shakes as well, you can get a shaker. We've got it up there. Those are the electrolyte drinks. You've got the shakes here,
Yeah.
everything.
You name it, give it a punt. I swear to God, you won't regret it. Thank you very much, Huel, for coming on board. But honestly, like I say, it's a real pleasure when you actually love the products themselves. You can really get behind it, and that is something that I would recommend you try. Pineapple and mango. Give it a punt. Thank you very much to Huel. What's it like coming out of that tunnel? Because that tunnel's actually... I said this to you before. I gave Berry an 8.5 for the tunnel, didn't I? I might have to revise that strategy, because when I saw Burnley's, I thought, I can't really... I'm going to have to give it like a 12 out of 10 or something. That's a fancy little tunnel, that.
It's something different. It is something different. And then when you see the pitch, like, for example, when you go down the Clarets carpet, and then we're walking across the pitch into the changing rooms, and that's what we do. So we walk across the pitch. And to walk pitch side, even when no one's there, just with the sprinklers on, the pitch is immaculate.
Oh, yeah.
So then we go into the changing rooms. But yeah, when you're walking down the length, so out of this changing room here, down the length to get to the tunnel, it is such a walk.
I bet.
It is such a trek.
I'd be knackered by that, mate.
You have to leave a couple of minutes early. You have to make sure you're out on time. Leave a couple of minutes earlier, because you've got to get right to the other end.
Yeah.
And then you come down the tunnel. The tunnel is huge. And the LEDs, I've never seen anything like it. Like
modern day gladiatorial stuff, I thought.
Literally. Like we said, we've been to Bury, which was like a small little, like, old football style tunnel, pop out. We've been
nice but different, wasn't it?
Nice but different, yeah. We've been to Aki, we've been to Chelsea, but for me, I know I'm biased, but there's nothing on this tunnel.
I have to say it's mad, but I do get you. It's like, it's one of the most sort of, it'll get you in the zone sort of tunnels that I've ever seen. Like, it's doing a job. And you mentioned the pitch. That pitch is a carpet, innit? Like,
literally. You
walk
out
immaculate.
and you're literally on a carpet, and the grass is just pristine, and then you see all the fans, and most of our fans, this is what I liked about Turf Moor, when Sean was taking our tour guide, he was taking us round, wasn't he? Absolute legend, absolute Burnley fan through and through. He told us all about the history. I was fascinated. I thought, I play for Burnley, but to know all about the history and where the fans have been, and where the fans, the journey that they've been on. Insane. But anyway, all our fans sit on this side so we can see them all here, and there's all old seats. Do you remember the different styles of seats throughout the ground? I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah, it's like we can't grade the seats because there's so many different types of seats. Isn't there? Like, there's them old. I've never seen this in a Prem ground ever. Them wooden seats.
I know, old school. Yeah,
mad that to think. Like,
old school fans.
They look like they've not changed in like 50, 60, 70 years. But it's good. Some clubs, we talk about it. Celtic comes to mind. The clubs that really retain that history and they hang on to bits of it, it's such a good thing that they do it, because football moves fast, and it's good to keep on to the things that actually bring back that old era, that where things are a little bit different. Sean, actually, while we're on the topic of Sean, another one of my favourite things about football is just it brings families together and stuff like that. But seeing Sean talk about when he saw him win a league, and a tear come out of his eye, I thought, do you know what? This is a man who's followed him up and down, high and low. And it was, even though we support different clubs, it was very relatable just to think, like, I would love that feeling one day. And amazing that he's had it. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Tell what it means.
And it's a little town, isn't it? It's such a small town, Burnley. And the actual stadium is just fitted right into the centre of the town.
Right.
And you don't even know, you just stumble across it. You go past, what's it called? Your favourite comedian place.
Ooh.
Where you did a gig.
The Royal Dash.
The Royal Dash, yeah. You go past there and then you just stumble up on it.
Well, actually, on the topic of the Royal Dash. So yeah, I did a gig there once before becoming the Blackburn Rovers announcer. And I remember thinking, am I going to be in trouble here as a Rovers fan? I actually went to pay for a drink. I accidentally pulled out my season ticket and I thought, oh, heck. But everyone were really nice, absolutely lovely people actually at that pub. And it reminded me of that while we were walking around here, because it's like I didn't really know what to expect, and just meeting people and speaking to them, you've got much more in common than you've got apart. And I thought, do you know what? I do actually rate that we've met some of the nicest people that we've ever met doing the podcast through doing this one. I don't mind saying it's honestly a club of like honest people who love the game.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. Turf Moor's amazing, especially in the sunshine. It is a sunny day today.
I know,
so
we've
been lucky, yeah.
And we're still inside. That's Northerners fear that. Like, we're not used to it. We don't know what to do when it gets sunny, I think. But yeah, we talked about the ground. Let's talk about your season, I think. Because what a season, what a ride, ups and downs, and now it's like you say, well, I say ups and downs, ups and ups really, innit? I mean, you've done all right, and now you like you say one game out. What is that like? Because no one really knows, actually, who'd be watching this. I have no idea. What's it like to be one game out? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Are you buzzing? Are you tense? What's the crack?
That was a lot of words,
Yeah.
but I think, excited. Excited. It's been a long season. Every season's a long season, but when you're at the top and you're trying to stay at the top, that's something else. But that is what we do it for.
Yeah,
do you know what I
love
mean?
it. That's its own kind of pressure, though, isn't it? Like, I mean, that to me is quite nerve-wracking. If it's like, you're perfect, that means like one little thing. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm...
Yeah. I mean, you can't be nervous all year, you know.
True.
It's a journey, and that's what it is. You've got to be on top to win every week, you know. And like I said, we've gone unbeaten in the league so far. So, you know, we're on track to do it, I guess. And like I said, it's been a long season, but it has been hard work as well. It's been fun, but it's been hard work. And like I said, that's what we like. We train, you know, this year we're full-time professionals. So we train full-time all week. And, you know, we have all the league games, but then we've had all the cup games. So we've been involved in the FA Cup. We've been involved in the League Cup. We got to the semi-final of the League Cup and we lost. You know, we went all the way down to Plymouth, went on the train, went all the way down, played it at Plymouth's ground, and they're in the Southern League. And we came away not the best team, but for a reason, because you know, our focus is the league this year. We want to get into the WSL2. You know, we want to make that step up, and we're prepared to do it. We can do it. So that's been the main aim for us this year. Like I said, you're right, ups and downs, but we're on the way up, and that's where we want to be. So, like I said, we take every game as it comes, and Stoke will be a challenge, but we'll see what happens.
Interesting. I'm thinking now, you've told me about this. Maybe tell everyone listening about the infrastructure you've got here, because it might not be possible without the infrastructure. It sounds amazing, like the facilities. Even then, just hearing like, is it a nature park or something with geese and deer or something like that?
I know you have not stopped going on about this deer on the nature.
Can't get my head around it. What if you hit a moose or something? Go on.
I don't know if there's moose.
Okay.
So I don't think that'll happen. But like the structure and everything around this club, that's why I came here, you know, because I just knew that there was something different here, something they were building, you know, and they're not too loud about it. We're just here building together under the surface, I'd say, which I really like. And I think it was quite fitting, I guess. It was quite a moment when we walked up the stairs. We came through the reception in Turf Moor. We walked up the stairs to the lounges, but right in front of you was a picture of the whole men's team and the whole women's team together.
Yeah.
And that's at the forefront of the stadium. So pretty much the one club thing that everyone goes on about, it is literally here through and through. Like, this is us now, this is the women's team, and then all the men's shirts are behind over there. And that's how it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. No, because sometimes it's like the marketing side of a club might say, oh, we're one club, but it's very much marketing. Like, you see it quite commonly, especially since England won in the Euros. Ever since then, there's been like a bit of a push from clubs. But it's not always the case from like working inside different clubs and seeing them firsthand. They're trying to get it to a level, but here they're practicing what they preach, aren't they? They're actually doing it, and they're about it in a very serious way, which is great to see, to be fair.
Yeah, I think if you're a Burnley player, you're a Burnley player.
Yeah.
And I felt that. And I felt that from Sean as well. You know, a guy that's been a fan of Burnley for years.
Right.
Women's football is a new concept, but still, to him, I'm a Burnley player.
I get you.
You know, and that's a nice feeling, because that's not often that happens up and down the country. But yeah, when I was chatting to him, I felt like a Burnley player to him, you know, and he knew what was going on. He took all the programs from the women's game. We get all the home programs here when we play here.
Right.
Unreal, with our like headshots on the front and things like that. It's just the little things, I think, that they do to go above and beyond. And you got yourself a shirt, speaking of that.
That's
like,
honestly,
you got yourself a little goalkeeper shirt.
That is brutal. Yeah, it is a little.
It's brutal, but
thank you. I guess. Thank you for sorting that out. Like, I don't know what to say other than like no comment. Really, I can't be getting sacked over.
I mean, you ramble on about your goalkeeping years all the time.
I was very good in primary school, to be fair. Like,
we've heard.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Honestly, they put me on bench. Can you believe after like half a season?
I believe it. Yeah, I do believe
it. Listen. It was just politics.
But you're right about the women's team and the men's team being very much aligned. And then when we train at the Burnley training centre down the road. Yeah, it is a nature reserve. You'd like to know. Yeah, we'll have to go and see it one time.
Must investigate that. I want to know, and I think people would be curious to know, what's an average day then in training? Like, what time would you start? What goes on? That sort of thing. Could you tell us a bit about that, maybe?
Yeah. To be honest with you, an average day in training is just another average day to us. Like, obviously, it's great to go and train, but it is just another working day as well. And like I said, being full time, it's quite long days as well, I'd say. We go to training and we start around 10:30, 10:45. We'd have breakfast all together. We'd have a big team meeting depending on the day. So it's different meetings for different days.
Yeah.
So, for example, if we've got a game on a Sunday, usually we play on Sundays. If we've got a game on a Sunday, on a Tuesday would be a review of the last game we had.
Get you, right.
So
yeah.
it'd be like, what did you do well? What didn't you do? What could we do? Blah, blah, blah. Wednesday would be analysis on the game coming at the weekend, but it'll be like in possession, out of possession, something like that. So different meetings for different days. Then we'd do pre-act, a bit of prep. And you know what? They really take prep seriously because the men's prep and the women's prep are aligned. Obviously, men and women are different, but they're very much aligned.
Right.
So we get all our prep structure from the men's side, which is brilliant. It's so meticulous.
Sure.
And that's what you need as a player because you need to perform your best, you know? So we do all that, have our prep time, go onto the pitch, do what we need to do, train, run around, play some games, and then, come off the pitch, lunch, whatever, eat, drink, get everything done, gym, and then that's us.
I'm with you. That's pretty amazing. I mean, to actually... This is the only club as well, by the way, on the topic of food, that fed us.
Yeah.
Like, when we're going around, they pulled out a bit of food. I thought, fair play, absolute legends.
Not a bad place.
I think they do a lot to make you feel valued. And I think you're buzzing as a result, and I think you give your best as a result. And I think it's great to see what they do, but I think it makes sense as well. It's not just good of them to do, it's logical to do because they're getting results and you can actually see it. You can see it when the team play.
Yeah, you know what? We feel valued, definitely. But like you just said, this is what it should be. Because for female athletes to perform at their best and their top level, they have to be treated like professionals.
Right.
You know, and the players are the ones who are going to get the results. You know, they're the ones that are going to win on a weekend. So the players are the ones that need to be fueled right. They need to be prepped right. So that's just how it is. And like I said before, I think women's football has come on leaps and bounds. You know, since I was an 8-year-old running around at Curzon Ashton with no aspirations. Well, I had loads of aspirations to play for England, but there was no actual potential to be a professional footballer in a women's team and have a career from it. There was nothing, not one single career from women's football being a professional footballer. And that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, no.
And now to have that as our jobs, it is our job. So we feel valued, and we're so grateful that we can have this as jobs. But at the end of the day, it is our jobs now, and this is what we need to, be our best at our jobs. And that's what I said. We're going for WSL2. We're going for the next league up, and this place gives us the platform to do that massively.
It's amazing, isn't it? To be fair, it is amazing. I think you picked a good club, didn't you? Really, you picked a good club.
Not bad. Yeah.
No, I mean it's all going
close
perfect.
to Manchester as well.
Yeah, and like you say, 1 week away. I mean, WSL2 potentially around the corner.
Touch wood.
Unreal, innit? So it's been a good day actually. It's been eye-opening, there's just to see. I think this is a club that's retained their history really well, but they're progressing and they're actually quite forward thinking at the same time, and especially to see firsthand, I guess, not just what goes into your week as a player, but also the things that you didn't know when we were getting shown around, and I didn't have a clue about as well. It's been quite eye-opening to, like I say, the history, the future, and everyone seems pretty aligned on the fact, like you say, that one club feel is actually there, isn't it?
You know what's good about this place? I did not know. I did know, but I didn't actually realise until Sean hammered it home that this was one of the founding members of the Football League. We've been to Aki, we've been to Blackburn.
Ticking them off.
Yeah, ticking them off. But this is one of the founding members of the first Football League ever. And now, years later, over 100 years later, 150 years later, we're sat here and we're talking about the women's team going into the WSL2.
It's a mad life, innit?
It's crazy.
It's a mad old world. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Actually, this has been, low-key, a really, really good one, hasn't it?
I knew you'd like it.
It's mad to say.
I knew you'd like this one.
But yeah, listen, everybody, I hope you like it as well. Thank you very much for watching this week. We're going to be back next week, as ever, with another one. Thank you to Huel, as ever, under there. Can't go without him. And we'll be back very soon with another episode. Until then, enjoy the football this week, and stay tuned for next week's episode of Kicking Back. Peace out.
Goodbye.